Our first word right here, it's going in this blank, is the muscle fiber. So muscle fibers work together and they join together to make up our larger muscles. These are little components. You can see that this is the larger muscle, and then you have the individual muscle fibers. Now, what makes up the muscle fibers are what we call myofibrils. So write that down here. Myofibrils, the spelling is Myofibril. So myofibril is a component of the muscle, and these are long filaments that run parallel to one another. That means they don't go crisscross, they don't intersect, they run parallel to one another. And these can be several centimeters in length. We can actually see these. And these combine to form the muscle fibers, which then form the actual muscles. Now, what makes up the myofibrils, are these two proteins called actin and myosin. Actin, this will be the green one, and myosin is the red one. Actin is ACTIN. Myosin is MYOSIN. Actin and myosin. So these are two protein molecules in muscles, and they mainly involve in muscle contraction in both humans and animals. So both actin and myosin function by helping to control the voluntary muscular movement within the body. We're going to take a little bit of a closer look at myosin. Now, myosin is the prototype of the molecular motor. This converts the chemical energy from ATP, if you remember we talked about ATP, to mechanical energy. It takes ATP and converts it into mechanical energy. And this is what gives us the force to have the sliding movement. Actin, and I want you to note this, is the most abundant protein in most eukaryote cells. The most abundant protein in most eukaryote cells. It's highly conserved and it participates in more protein interactions than any other known protein. I also want you to know that. It participates in more protein interactions than any other known protein. Actin is highly abundant and it plays an essential function in maintaining and controlling the cell shape and the architecture. So, a little recap is myosin involves more with energy, converting ATP into mechanical energy, and it helps more with the movement, while actin does more protein-protein interactions, and it helps in maintaining and controlling cell shape in the architecture. Now we have the sarcoplasmic reticulum, and this is where the actin and the myosin is stored. You can see this one has been cut so that we can see the inside, and this is where calcium ions are stored. Calcium ions are stored and also released once a nerve stimuli has been triggered, and this helps in the muscle contraction. So I want you to note that the sarcoplasmic reticulum is critical for storing and releasing calcium ions. Now, our last picture right here, we see the sarcomere, and this is the basic contractile unit of a muscle fiber. Each sarcomere is composed of the myosin and the actin, and it is what is responsible for the muscle contraction. And we are going to take a closer look at the sarcomere because this is where our sliding filament theory takes place.